Welcome back, YouTube. My name is Nigel, and I'm here to bring you your finance daily. If that interests you, make sure that you subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell so that you get all of the content that we put out here. So today, I am here to bust the myth of the 7 baby steps that are taught by Dave Ramsey. So please stay tuned for that. But before we get there, make sure to comment on this video and let us know what you think about it, as well as answer the question of the day. How much debt do you need to get out of? How much debt do you have to get rid of? All right, let's get into the video. For those of you who typically watch me, you're probably wondering why I'm wearing these shades. These shades are my myth busting shades. So they're going to help me block out all the lies and get you guys straight to the truth. So let's get into it. The first baby step is to save $1,000. So the first thing that is being taught to you about getting rid of debt is not actually to get rid of debt, but rather to hold on to money that could be used to pay debt. But instead, you're holding on to this money, and it's no substantial amount of money to actually help you in case of a downturn. So you're being told, in order to get out of debt, you're just going to hold on to money with no specific purpose. So I think that kind of speaks for itself, that there's no benefit to baby step 1. Let's go ahead and get into baby step 2. Baby step 2 is pay off debt. Okay, so he's just telling you to pay off your debt. So in order to get out of debt, you have to pay off your debt. Okay, how does he say to do this? Using this method that's coined as the debt snowball, where they're telling you to pay your debt off based upon the principle from smallest to largest, because it creates a psychological feeling within you that makes you feel better when you feel like you're making progress. So by paying off a smaller debt, essentially you're going to feel as though you've made more progress. However, what you've actually done is made yourself go backwards, because you're actually allowing your highest interest debt to continue to gain interest at a rate higher than the interest rate of that smaller debt, therefore meaning everything you paid towards that smaller debt has came back and been charged to you on a different debt. So just remember that whenever we're paying off debt, you want to pay off your debt based upon the highest interest rate to the lowest interest rate. It's not based upon principle. Principle may make you feel better, but it's not going to make your pockets feel better. But let's get into the next one. 3 to 6 month emergency fund. This is the one here that I can't necessarily knock. It is good to have a 3 to 6 month emergency fund. However, that would mean that you need to budget and do a lot of other things to prepare for that fund, as well as saving money. And I feel like here it would be better, before going for a 3 to 6 month emergency fund necessarily, that you start an emergency fund and start investing, because you want to be able to start making more money in order to have another source of income. You know, you want to kind of have an idea of your market and kind of, balance yourself out, rather than just, oh, I'm just going to start this emergency fund and just let a whole bunch of money sit here. And while my money is just sitting here in this emergency fund, all it's doing is depreciating. Because if you did not know, your money actually depreciates every day due to what is called inflation. So if you're just letting your money sit there in an emergency fund, and you're not building a CD ladder, or putting it in a mutual fund or an index fund or somewhere where you can gain interest back on this money at a higher rate than you're losing, you're literally just signing yourself up to lose money. It's not financially sound at all. But I don't know. Let's get into the next step. Oh, invest. Wow. So, whereas I said, simultaneously you'd want to do both, then we throw in next, oh, well, just go ahead and start investing. Well, now, you have all this money sitting to the side losing value. So you start to invest this money, but maybe you have no idea of your market because you didn't start investing at a smaller point, and you take a big leap and gamble and you lose the majority of your fund, or you end up in a bad situation. And then what do you do? There's nothing for you to fall back on, especially because remember, this system is founded on the concept that you do not have any credit. You don't have any credit cards. You don't have any personal loans. You're not utilizing credit in this system. I want to remind you all that we're going from the extremist point of view that you have no credit score whatsoever. So let's go ahead and take a look at the next step. Baby step 5, college. Oh, so after you've saved this money, you paid off your debt, 3 to 6 month emergency fund, you started investing. Now you start investing and making money. You're going to go back and digress and go back to school when now you've already kind of gone through all of your glory years. You're going back to create more debt, something else that you have to pay for. And if you're successfully investing, why would you go backwards and go to college? It doesn't make any sense. If you're going to use college as a medium to obtain higher paying jobs initially, that may make sense. But at this point, when you're already investing and making money theoretically, why would you go back to lose money? It just doesn't make sense. Even if you go for a high paying field, you're still going to have to spend a long time in school to get an ROI versus just being able to throw it in the market and get it back. But hey, let's look at the next one. Pay off a house. Okay, well, this would mean either you're going to save up enough money to buy a house cash, which would take you an extremely long amount of time. You'd be renting, paying someone else's mortgage for an extremely long period of time. You'd have no leverage. You have no credit. And how are you going to even get this house? How could you get a mortgage without credit in modern day times? It's not going to happen. So the only thing that you could do would be saving money to buy this house. If you're investing well enough, then you'd be able to do so. Otherwise, it's a system setting you up for failure, because you get to this point and all your debt's paid off. You have all this money set to the side. You're ready, down payment, all that good stuff. And boom, I still can't get the house because I don't have any credit. So what's the last one? Give. I actually can't knock this step. I do believe in giving to others. I do believe that it's important for you to, give to others and give back to your community once you've, reached a certain place. However, who am I to tell you who to give to or what to give or anything like that? Again, I do believe in it, but in a system that's supposed to be set to, obtaining financial freedom, there's a lot of overlaps and a lot of, discrepancies, and things do not seem to go in any sort of logical order. And yes, the concept is to never be logical, but to be this illogical is really hard to accept. So with that being said, thank you all for watching. Let me know what you thought of this video. Please leave a comment below, like the video if you liked it, and subscribe to our channel. We will see you in the next video. Peace.